Imagine stepping into a silent church, your heart open to prayer, and finding a host that starts to bleed. Scientists analyze the sample and describe something astonishing. Human heart tissue, as if it were alive. This isn't some old story from the Middle Ages. It happened in Buenos Aires in 1992, 1994, and 1996. And it was documented in the exhibition on Eucharistic miracles, curated by Carlo Acutis, the young blessed who dedicated his life to showing how God makes himself present in the Eucharist. Today, we'll walk through this story together, step by step, and open our hearts to the message it holds. After Mass on May 1st, 1992, the Eucharistic minister found consecrated host fragments. According to church rules, they placed them in water inside the tabernacle, so they would dissolve. Days later, when they opened the tabernacle, the fragments had a reddish color, like blood. The faithful were deeply moved. What looked like a piece of bread showed signs of life. It was as if heaven wanted to remind them that, beyond appearances, Christ himself was there. 2 years later, in 1994, another sign appeared. During Mass, the priests noticed reddish drops on the patens used for communion. They were small, subtle signs, but each one reminded them of the same thing: the mystery of Jesus' real presence in the consecrated host. For many faithful, it was an invitation to renew their faith and look at the Eucharist with loving eyes. On August 15, 1996, at Santa Maria Parish in Buenos Aires, during the Assumption Mass, a consecrated host fell to the ground. The priest reverently picked it up, and as the rule states, placed it in water inside the tabernacle. Days passed, and the host didn't dissolve. Instead, it visibly transformed and took on the appearance of bleeding tissue. The event raised questions, doubts, and also deep astonishment. What were they seeing? How could it be explained? To avoid jumping to conclusions, the then Archbishop of Buenos Aires, now Pope Francis, asked for a serious and thorough investigation. Dr. Ricardo Castanon Gomez, a neuropsychology specialist and convert to Catholicism, was tasked with leading the study. Samples were taken and sent to various international laboratories. The results were surprising. The material corresponded to human myocardial tissue from the left ventricle of the heart, with the presence of white blood cells. This meant that the tissue was not from a dead body, but from a living heart that had suffered a recent injury. For science, the phenomenon remains a mystery. For faith, it is a sign of deep love, a beating heart, a wounded heart, a living heart that gives itself for us. The psalm says, "Protect me, O God, for in you I take refuge," and in this host, transformed into flesh, believers see this promise fulfilled. Jesus himself remains among his people, accompanying their struggles, their sorrows, and their hopes. The message is clear. You are not alone. I walk with you. Every Eucharist is a reminder of this immense love that knows no bounds or time. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that living heart beating for you. Imagine Jesus repeating, "This is my body, offered out of love." Let these words fill you with peace. If you are going through a trial today, trust. He is with you. If you feel afraid, remember his heart beats next to yours. If you've lost hope, look at him in the Eucharist and receive new strength. These miracles of Buenos Aires invite us to look with new eyes at what happens every day on the altar. Christ is alive, present, and near. He remains in the Eucharist to walk with you. If these stories touch your heart, join me in this series on Eucharistic miracles shared by Carlo Acutis. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and write the word Eucharist in the comments if you want to see the second part. Thank you for watching, and may the peace of God always be with you.